Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to paint this beautiful outline that I drew. It took me a couple of hours to draw this whole scene, and this is not my own idea. I found the original idea, meaning the fairy on top of the snail, on Pinterest, and then I just added my own idea of a background. And I wanted to create an autumn scene. Soon I will tell you why. And so yeah, I created this outline, and the theme is autumn because I purchased the Daniel Smith trio called Autumn, which came out recently, and I wanted to try it out because I am a soft autumn, and I wanted to see if I love autumn colors in my paintings as well. And the answer is no, but you will soon see me complaining about it. So the three shades that are included in Daniel Smith's Autumn are Rose of Ultramarine, Undersea Green, and Aussie Red Gold. I do believe I barely even touched Undersea Green, and the reason for that is that from a previous painting I already knew that I didn't like it at all. First of all, I don't like granulating colors. I knew what I was going into. I knew that all three of these pigments are granulating, which means that they gather together, the pigments gather together in groups and creating a much more moody effect, and it's very easy to create different tones and shades of a background, for example. From time to time, I need to experiment with colors and different finishes, so I thought it would be a fun idea to try, granulating colors just once again. Maybe I will love them. And here you can see me using many colors, not just the three that I mentioned. But my main point, my main goal was if I liked these enough to use at least in some parts of my paintings. And the answer is still no. Sorry, I just had to blurt it out that, um, as much as I love the colors themselves, I loved also red gold. It is more of like an orange color. You can see that both of the mushrooms are painted with that color, but I'm going to layer it 2 or 3 times more. It's just a basic layer. So for the first layer I use light washes of different kinds of greens like sap green, olive green, phthalo green, phthalo turquoise, and I mix them with a little bit of blue to create a moody and dark background. If you ask artists what's their least favorite part of a painting, you will get different answers. Some of them will say they don't like drawing or sketching the outline. Others will say they cannot wait until the third layer or the final layer when they can finally paint the details. For me, it's the very first layer. I really need to make sure that everything is covered, nothing is white other than the highlights. And after that, I'm just happy. I'm just in my happy zone, and I keep painting until I feel like the painting is finished. So you could see me painting the second layer of Aussie Red Gold on the mushrooms, and the deepest, darkest area of the snail's house is painted with Rose of Ultramarine. Also, I'm creating shadows for the fairies' legs with that same Rose of Ultramarine. I think it's very important to reuse the colors that we have so that the painting looks kind of cohesive. And here I'm already realizing that I do not like whatever is uh, becoming of this painting, but I keep on working that maybe hopefully in the end I will love the final product. So I just covered this whole area of the mushroom with red color. I think this is quinacridone red. I love the quinacridone family and the taro family. None of those are granulating. If you know these color families by now, I'm just using my warm brown shade to create some extra fine details of the snail house. So my point is that the the process of art with watercolors is always pretty much the same, and it takes some practice to get used to it. But once you realize how, you know, it's always the same with watercolor, you can actually start having fun with it. I create the first layer always just to make sure that everything has color, that I have an idea of where the light source is coming from, and that, nothing is white. That's my main point, but of course that can differ for other people. But yeah, just to create a color map, maybe to have an idea of the colors we are going to use. And then for the second layer, I like to deepen the colors. You could see that I repainted the color of the mushrooms, and I created stronger shadows for the fairy and the snare. And then usually the final third layer is just what I'm doing right now, is to create extra details. The little cracks and lines on the house of the snare, the pattern of the wooden paint thingy that she holds, the fairy holds in her hand, the wrinkles on her dress, and things like that. Today, though, is going to be different since this is a study piece and I'm not entirely happy with the result. You will see me creating stronger shadows, creating more contrast than before after my final details are done. I had to put some extra emphasis on the snare house because the fairy is sitting on top of it, and I wanted to also deepen the shadows on the leaves behind just to create some extra details and make it more fun. Another thing I did is that the grass that lay ahead in front of the snail I painted a lot darker with permanent green because the subgreen I used earlier I found to be too light and too colorful, so it drew the attention away from the fairy. Now you can see that you are more focusing on the fairy and the snail instead of the grass that is ahead of it. I hope that you like this little fun tutorial that is really just an experiment, and if you would like to try yourself with this same exact painting, go ahead and visit my website where you can download the outline for free. Thank you for watching me, and I hope you will stay with me for the next one as well. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you would like to see from me next. Thank you for watching. Bye.